a lot of incompetence and bad. Exactly Deadpool's style. Before we reveal any more of Deadpool's bad side, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to never miss an upload and smash that like button for some plot armor comics today. Number 9. Archangel the Cannibal. Deadpool is no stranger to team-ups. One of his most famous teams is the Uncanny X-Force, a rogue group of X-Men willing to make the tough choices that other heroes can't. The team consisted of Wolverine, Psylocke, Phantom X, Archangel, and of course Deadpool. The team's first mission was to assassinate Apocalypse, who had been reborn in the body of a child. That's right, they were going to murder an innocent kid. This mission sets the tone for all the other adventures the team goes on. The team travels to the moon and fights their way through a clan that is protecting Apocalypse's chopped form. During the battle, the team gets separated and gets heavily injured. Deadpool watches over Archangel, who is emaciated and on the brink of starvation. Deadpool tries feeding him chips and soda, but that isn't enough. With no other option, Deadpool feeds his teammate the only food left, himself. Deadpool slices strips of flesh off his arm and gently feeds them to Archangel without telling him what it is. Because Wade's healing factor, this doesn't cause him any permanent damage, but it is still incredibly gross. It's hard to tell if it's the healing powers inside of Deadpool's body that help Archangel, or just the fact that Deadpool is full of nutrients. But regardless, Archangel is back to full strength pretty quickly after his disgusting meal. Ultimately, what Deadpool did was actually incredibly selfless and considerate. It was also just really disturbing. Only Deadpool could find a way to save a friend's life and make them a cannibal at the same time. The team does eventually manage to capture young Apocalypse, but none of them can bring themselves to murder an innocent child. They instead decide to take the kid with them and try to re-educate him for good. That plan goes out the window, though, when Phantom X shoots the child in the head. They completed their mission, but no one feels good about it. Number 8. Cable's lobotomy. For multiple reasons, Deadpool doesn't have a lot of people he can call friends. His unpredictable behavior and annoying attitude repel a lot of people from getting closer. The people that do manage to get close to Wade usually end up dying in the end too. But there is one person that always seems to stick around Deadpool. Cable, a cyborg mutant from the future, is arguably Deadpool's best friend, even if the two fight a lot. Over the years, the unlikely duo have gone on tons of adventures together and have saved the world countless times. But like everyone else that hangs around the Merc with a mouth, Deadpool caused a lot of trouble for Cable. During one of their adventures, Cable tries to unify the world. With his newly enhanced telekinetic powers, Cable builds a space station. From his space station, Cable threatens every world leader by telling them that he plans to throw every country's missile into the sun. This instantly makes Cable the #1 enemy of every country on the planet. Eventually, almost everyone on the planet decides to work together to take down Cable. World leaders, S.H.I.E.L.D., the X-Men, and even the Silver Surfer all want to pick a fight with Cable. The X-Men go so far as to hire Deadpool to stop Cable. The whole conflict ends with Cable and the Silver Surfer having a massive battle. Cable is injured, but Deadpool manages to teleport him to a safe house in Switzerland. It turns out that Cable had purposefully turned the world against him to show everyone that it is possible to work together. He wanted to martyr himself in order to unite the world. Once the two of them are at the safe house, Cable tells Deadpool to use a mini teleporter to remove sections of his brain. This would stop his telekinetic and telepathic powers from burning out, but it would also lobotomize Cable. With Cable's permission, Deadpool uses the teleporter to put him in a catatonic state. This is another one of those times when Deadpool technically did the right thing, but in a messed-up way. Deadpool only lobotomized Cable because he was asked to, but it still hurt one of his best friends. Turning the one person in the world who even tolerates him into a vegetable is a pretty troubling action. Number 7. Shot a civilian. The last couple of moments we've listed here were things that were ultimately heroic actions by Deadpool that were just done in terrible ways. Well, we're done with that. Everything from this point onward is bad for the sake of bad. Deadpool is going to do whatever he wants, and he doesn't care who gets hurt in the process. During one of his missions, Deadpool attempts to assassinate a shapeshifter, which causes a lot of misunderstandings to happen. The shifter turns into Black Widow and tricks the cops into attacking Wade. Deadpool fights off the cops and continues the chase. The shifter transforms again, this time as a blonde cheerleader. A good Samaritan sees Deadpool attacking the woman and attempts to defend her. He brutally broke the man's arm before running into Daredevil, who showed up to stop Deadpool's rampage. The two fight, but Daredevil easily takes Deadpool down. To escape, Deadpool doesn't explain the situation to Daredevil like a normal person would. Instead, he does something unexpected and just downright bad. He shoots a random civilian in the leg, severing a major artery. Daredevil is forced to save the man's life while Deadpool escapes. In fairness to Deadpool, he did ask where the nearest hospital was before he shot the man. Also, Daredevil was right there, so there was little chance that Daredevil would allow the man to die. So it's safe to say that he wasn't trying to kill him. Even still, Deadpool did hurt a lot of innocent people who didn't deserve it. A group of cops trying to do their jobs, a heroic citizen trying to save a woman, and a random bystander all got caught in the crossfire of Deadpool's assassination. Number 6. Deadpool kills Bill Coulson. During the Secret Empire storyline, Captain America turns out to be a sleeper agent for Hydra. Once Captain America is activated by Hydra, he goes on his own spree of villainy, some of which Deadpool was a part of. Deadpool has actually been a huge Captain America fan ever since he was a kid. His love of Captain America caused him to idolize him. That love was used against him during the Secret Empire story. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Phil Coulson had discovered that Cap was evil and was planning to expose him to the world. To stop him, Cap sent Deadpool to assassinate him. But because Deadpool worshipped Captain America, he didn't even question the assignment. It's never occurred to him that it was suspicious that Deadpool, of all people, would ask him to kill someone. Deadpool tracks Agent Coulson down and shoots him out of the sky with a rocket launcher. Coulson flees into the woods and manages to hide out in a safe house disguised as a diner. Deadpool still finds Coulson and kills him by shooting him through the heart, then burns the place down to destroy any evidence. Captain America shows up and congratulates Deadpool on completing the mission. But even Wade can tell that he's done something awful. Killing an innocent man who is trying to save the world isn't even the worst of it. Coulson is close friends with another S.H.I.E.L.D. agent named Emily Preston. Preston and Deadpool were also close friends. Wade used this connection to get to the location of Coulson's safe house. On top of the cold-blooded murder, Wade also betrayed the trust of one of his only friends, all because his childhood hero told him so. It's both tragic and evil. Number 5. Deadpool, Herald of Galactus.
A ridiculously creamy, chocolatey, snackable ice cream experience with only 50 calories each because it's made with Greek yogurt. So, ice cream is a nice snack now.
As we've shown before, Deadpool has no problem at all working for bad guys. He's even tried to work for the likes of Red Skull and Dr. Doom. But there was also a time he was employed by one of the biggest villains in the Marvel Universe, Galactus the Devourer of Worlds. Galactus is a cosmic being that consumes the energy of planets for sustenance. This process usually ends with the planet being destroyed and billions of people being killed. To help him with his never-ending feast, Galactus appoints heralds to scout out suitable planets for him to consume. Most of these heralds don't work for Galactus, but do so anyway to save their home planets from being destroyed. The Silver Surfer is the most famous example of one of Galactus's heralds. Unlike the Surfer, though, he didn't become a herald for noble reasons. He just wanted the money and thought Galactus was cool. Once Galactus imbued him with the power cosmic, Deadpool started his new job with a smile. Deadpool led Galactus to multiple planets teeming with life, and each of these planets were consumed by the Planet Eater. Eventually, though, the massacre came to a stop, but not because Deadpool realized the evil of his ways or felt remorse for what he had done. Wade just annoyed Galactus so much that he fired him. After being fired, the Silver Surfer caught up with Deadpool and decided to stop his intergalactic rampage. The two fought and caused a lot of damage to a nearby planet, but ultimately the Silver Surfer prevailed. He stripped Deadpool of his cosmic powers and sent him back to Earth, where he joined his support group of Galactus's other former heralds. Billions of life forms across the galaxy were casually wiped from existence, all because Deadpool's love of money and cool powers. It's hard to imagine anything that could be always willing to set a new low. Number 4. Deadpool Illustrated. Deadpool is one of the few people in the Marvel Universe that knows he's a comic book character. Almost every Deadpool story is filled to the brim with fourth wall breaks and meta jokes. This is one of the reasons why Deadpool is so popular among fans. But there was a time when Deadpool's knowledge of comic books broke his mind. When he came to realize he was trapped in a never-ending loop of suffering. No matter what he did, the writers of the comic would just bring the dead back to life and write new challenges for them to struggle through. Deadpool believed that the only way for him to be free of this cycle was go to the origin of superhero stories, classical literature. He traveled to the Ideaverse and planned to kill every classical hero he could find. Nobody was safe from Wade's bloody massacre. Characters like the Little Mermaid, Dracula, and the Headless Horseman were all slaughtered without mercy. With each murder, Deadbolt weakened the Ideaverse and altered the nature of stories. Eventually, he caused so much damage that the Ideaverse fell apart. Those in the real world began to believe that heroes can die. The Marvel characters that were inspired by classical literature began to vanish and be forgotten. The comic ends with Deadbolt floating aimlessly through the void as he waits for the end. Luckily, Sherlock Holmes decided to remember the lost characters and kept the idea of heroes alive. Deadbolt's adventures were far from over, but he still caused a lot of damage. Dozens of